Well, howdy do, buckaroos. This is Joe Leydon from Cowboys and Indians magazine, and I am pleased as punch to be talking today with the Bellamy Brothers, David and Howard. And I bet you guys didn't think after all these years you'd still be asking people to go to the record store, huh?
Didn't know there were going to be record stores, you know. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's 89 was our last vinyl album. So, and that was Greatest Hits 3.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing the popularity of vinyl now. There was a point where all the labels would say, well, they can't make space in the store. They need, well, vinyl takes up more space than anything. But that's what they want now. So,
well, in some stores you have more vinyl records than you do DVDs or Blu-rays anymore.
Yeah, now it's getting that way a lot. Yeah.
Well, now you also have another album. Now is covers from the Brothers also available on vinyl?
Well, we don't know yet, actually, but that would actually make a pretty good vinyl album. Have to think about that, but yeah, covers from the Brothers, I think, would be a good one for vinyl. So we'll see how it does.
Let's get back to the one that is on vinyl, aptly called now the vinyl album. Now this is actually a reconstitution of an album you released some years ago, the 30 years?
40 years.
40 years. I'm trying to give you guys a few years now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now the 40 years album was an album we did that had hits, it was 20 hits and 20 brand new songs. It was a big project. It took us a long time. So this is the biggest hits of that, that era, that compilation.
But you guys are still recording. I mean, we may be talking another 10 years. Well, you may be talking to somebody in 10 years. I don't know if I'm still going to be around.
I'm not sure will.
The music will keep me young. The music will keep me young. I know you've been asked this only about a zillion times before, but do you remember the moment, the day, or whatever, when it hit you that Let Your Love Flow wasn't just going to be a hit, it was actually going to be a pop culture phenomenon?
Which is probably somewhere over the Arctic between Germany and Japan on an airplane. Yeah, the funny thing about Let Your Love Flow is, when it took off, I mean, we literally didn't know where we were going to be next. We had never traveled that much. We were farm kids from Central Florida, so we didn't really know what world travel was. But that song, we chased that everywhere, and still are. I'm still, I was talking on another interview earlier. We just turned down a tour in India and Dubai because we had too many dates in Norway and Sweden. So still today it drags us all over the world. You don't know where we're going to be.
And every so often, it'll just pop up in a movie too, sort of like as a sometimes to be period specific, and I think sometimes because the director just likes the song.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. It's been in a lot of soundtracks.
Which of your songs on the vinyl album has a special place in your heart? I mean, I know it's like asking, who's your favorite child or something.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of like that. That's what I was going to say. It's kind of like kids. It's kind of, I guess it depends on the day, Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it depends on the show you're playing, because you'll play a show somewhere, and they're going to want Redneck Girl, and they're going to want Beautiful Body and Let Your Love Flow and stuff. But you'll get to a place and you'll play For All the Wrong Reasons, and the crowd will just go nuts all of a sudden, and it'll just be a song that they know really well in that region. So you don't ever quite know, but
it seems like the older old hippie gets, the more
Yeah.
popular it gets.
Yeah.
And as things open up, legally in the world, it's just accepted. It's all accepted now, and they realize that we knew all along how harmless it was.
Well, you guys have actually gotten into the old hippie stash business, right?
Yeah, we have a medical marijuana company called Old Hippie Stash. Yeah. So yeah, that's been really good. It's been a couple of years now, so it's been running really great.
I don't suppose I could talk you guys into sending me a free sample or two, huh? My knees have been really hurting me lately,
Well, you might have to take a trip down to Florida. It's still illegal to fly around.
Yeah, still can't go. You might have to come out of the
Come
ranch.
down, we'll fix you up.
Now you still raising cattle and horses at the compound there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got pot, cows, horses, you name it. We
Yeah.
grow a lot of things in Florida.
So what's an average morning for you out there? I mean, do you get on your horses and go out and, or do you just stay at home and count your money?
Well, we enjoy the latter most.
It kind of depends. Like we just came in, we just did 3 days in Texas this week. And
so your morning comes later.
So we got up a little bit later today, but it just depends really on what what you feel like, because I mean, I like to get up early and go out and look around and see if any Howard's cows are out in my yard.
Depends on what time zone we were on the day before. Like we're just about to take off overseas in June here for 3 weeks. So, that 6-8 hour body time change is you don't adapt like you used to, it doesn't switch over automatically anymore like the smartphone. If you just get on that time. But the transition to time zones gets a little harder as you get older.
Now, if I understand correctly, you've talked about touring overseas. The Covers by the Brothers was actually an album suggested to you by, was it a German company or?
Yeah, we did a project in Switzerland with this Gola, and that we'd never met, and it turned out it went double platinum. And Gola ended up being like a real close friend of ours. He'd come over, stay at our house. I mean, it was just a really. So they had another project in Germany they wanted to do because that one had done so well. So we were cutting there, and they wanted us to do "You Lost That Love and Feeling," and we were both like, man, we can't do that.
That's kind of a sacred song. You don't touch that one.
That was cut perfectly. You're not going to do anything. So we kept on and kept on, and of course they offered us money, and we went and did it anyway. but
always a major incentive,
right.
We can be had.
Right. But the track turned out really good. It was something it turned out really good, and we way better than we thought it would, and that kind of got us thinking about doing the covers.
And we used to do a cover band. We were in a cover band for years in the old days, and so we did a lot of old hits, and we've always enjoyed the versatility in music, diversity in music, and like a lot of all of it. So let's give it a shot, and pretty happy the way it came out.
There's the big difference now, all these decades later, is instead of being a cover band playing for beer, you're cutting cover albums and being paid nicely for it.
Yeah.
That
hasn't always been that way.
No, it hadn't always been that way, but it's nice when you finally can get there.
Going back to performing in concert, what is the song, or what are some of the songs that people call out for you to play that still surprise you? Like, oh, people still remember that one?
Well, I think one funny thing I saw this past week, because we'll go on social media sometime and just read comments, because people leave comments. I mean, literally from all over the world, and it's funny to see what this. And since we started our old hippie stash,
Happy or
Happy
happy
hippie.
hippie stuff.
Since we started the medical marijuana line, one of the strains is called Big Love, and we really haven't done that song in the show in a long time, although it was a pretty big hit. And so now people will write in and say, hey, I got some of your Big Love and smoked it the other day. Hey, why don't you do that in the show this Saturday? So pretty funny. But you know, they'll always come up with Howard. I saw a request for one of your You'll Never Be Sorry the other day.
Oh yeah,
And-
they'll come up with songs that really were never released for singles. Some of you even forgot you recorded it. You know, people come up and want to
or they'll come up with a song we recorded in Europe that wasn't known here very much.
Do they ever ask for a song that you have to say, I'm sorry, we didn't record that one? That
Yeah.
that,
and
that,
they'll insist that you did.
Yeah. The Statler Brothers did that. No, the Statler Brothers, you guys did it.
Said, oh yeah, that's right. You're right. We did record that.
well, to wrap up, how many days of the year do you guys still tour?
Well, we do, but maybe 125, 30 shows a year. And with COVID rescheduling, it's even more, because everybody tried to get, get a reschedule done. So it's been pretty busy since trying to redo it. And plus, we're just going back to Europe next week, and we had to set that back 2 years. So a lot of that has to be made up. So it's been pretty busy lately.
Did two of you ever, look at each other and say, I can't believe they're still paying us to do something we love?
Yeah, I do it every day.
Well, I think you're always amazed at what people hear in your music that they like. You wonder what it is, what is it with the sound, or why they come to your shows. What is it? Growing up together, our mother used to put us on the porch and make us sing to our relatives when they came by and in church, and she must have known something, because it paid off, singing together and harmonizing together at a young age. You develop, it's developed over the years. But you look back and it kind of seems like yesterday, and here you are, just an old codger at this point and still doing this.
Getting paid to do something you love. I mean, do you ever worry that, people are going to think you're actually stealing? I mean, it's sort of like when I was a film critic, my father could never understand
Right.
that people were actually paying me to go to the movies,
Yeah. Right.
I might have felt guilty for a second or two, but I got over it.
Well, guys, keep feeling guilty and keep giving us good music. And the name of the album is 40 Years, the vinyl album.
The vinyl album. Yep.
And it is now on sale at fine record stores everywhere.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
All right,
be
man.
well and stay safe.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, man. Take
See ya.
care.